Hi everyone, and welcome back to Brahmaloka Tarot. I'm Lauren, and today's pick a card is a dive into August's energy and predictions. And we will touch upon some of the astrological events that are happening, like Lionsgate and the end to Mercury retrograde, which I'll be super happy about because there's been a lot of glitches for me. Yeah, we'll just see what else comes up for your love life, your relationships, your finances, career, whatever else pops up for this month. It will be really juicy and really good, hopefully very specific as well. Let's ground first. So we ground by inhaling in through the nose and then out through the mouth. So we'll do this together. We'll do the 6-3-9 breathing, inhaling through the nose for 6 seconds, holding at the top for 3 seconds, and then exhaling for 9 seconds. Let's do this right now together. So exhale everything out of your lungs right now. And breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold at the top. 1, 2, 3, and then exhale through the mouth. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, and shake it off. That helps us to ground into the energies for today. So I will show your cards now. We have 3 piles to choose from. This is pile number 1, this is pile number 2, and this is pile number 3. Pile number 1, here is your significator card with the Shiitake mushroom. And that is with this Malachite crystal. Pile number 2 is the Porcini mushroom, or the King Bolete is what I call it. Really tasty. And then that is with Lapis Lazuli, stone crystal. And then pile number 3 is this card with Reishi, one of my favorites. And that is with this Lepidolite, double-pointed crystal. So take your time, use your intuition, and choose your pile or piles. And then once you have decided on your pile or piles, go down to the description box, and there you'll find the timestamps for the reading. I also pin it in the comment section, so I will see you guys in your separate readings. Hi, pile number 1, and welcome to your reading. Thank you for being here. Today's pick a card reading is about your August energy, updates, and predictions. So if you chose this reading, pile number 1, this is your significator card with the Shiitake mushroom. And this is your crystal, it's Malachite. So I'll put these off to the side, but prior to that, I just want to show the back part of this. Instead of reading all of this, I'll just go down to the end here because there's a nice little sentence that I want to read. It says, "Relax and let the future take care of you." So that's the energy of the Shiitake mushroom, and I don't know if you guys have tried the Shiitake mushroom. It really is tasty. Okay, we'll put this off to the side too. I have channeled messages for each and every pile, so we'll start with the channeled messages and then we will head into your reading. Okay. Pile 1. So much color, rainbow energy, clearing the way to a brand new day, the Rainbow Road. simulation games, video games, psychedelic artwork, and psychedelic medicinal support. The Apu come through for you strong and clear. The mountains, open space, and ocean air. Trees and fungus, fantasy realms, a contract with your child self, the inner child, asking you to be kind to yourself, have more fun, use more color, brighten things up, take an art class with wine, and get drunk, have a good time. Be gay for life, fly if you wish. Shake things up, take more naps, relax, rewind, reevaluate, recess, reassess, reclaim, repo, reward, and relish. Lots of re's in the months to come. Reunion, reconnection, remembering, relocating, readjusting. Micro movements, micro tweaks can lead to macro outcomes and major leaps. Rekindling relationships is possible now, so do not worry about the where, the why, the who, or the how. Celebrate this time right now with friends, family, co-workers, and such, and don't worry about the glitches, the fumbles, the messiness, the fuss. Your keywords are colorful, brilliant, sleep and rest is mandatory, and fun. Okay, so that's really nice. I have prepared your oracle cards in advance, aside from these two decks here, this one and the tea leaves, so we'll go grab those in a little bit. But let's see what your tarot cards say. And I didn't really shuffle these well beforehand, so I'm going to shuffle them now and see what we are going to take a look at for August. But I do feel like, I mean, I was drawn to the mushrooms, and in August, at least where I live, August is a really good time to forage mushrooms and to eat mushrooms and to be outdoors and have fun. And it's still part of summer, of course. And if you're living in the southern hemisphere, then of course this would be winter time, and vitamin D would be essential for you. I'm saying that because vitamin D actually naturally occurs in the mushrooms. Shiitake is an amazing mushroom. I haven't found it like personally growing anywhere aside from like people who actually grow it for purpose of themselves, of wanting to eat them for themselves or use them for medicinal purposes. Okay, you've got the Six of Wands, Six of Inspiration that just popped out. Yeah, okay. It's still along the lines of celebration. It feels really good, this energy. There's a star on the top of her head. Let's see if there's another one that, ooh, wow, that just flew out. Okay, we've got the Eight of Voices, which like crossed over the Six of Inspiration. So there's something that's lifting. The Eight of Voices is the Eight of Swords. And that means you're going to have victory over the mind, the fussiness and the messiness of the monkey mind. Because it seems like there may have been a feeling of being stuck or blinded or not able to really move forward, something that's like, you know, holding you back, feeling like, you know, yeah, stuck in the mud, that type of energy, you know. That's what's it like definitely is feeling. And then we've got the Tower, 16, the Tower. Huh. This is an interesting Tower card. It's like all those bolts of lightning coming down. But look at that, the coloration on this card specifically. It's got that like aquamarine color. Aquamarine to me is a very healing color. It's the color of the parts of the ocean and in some parts of the world. And it totally seems like maybe there's some sort of restructuring, talking about all of the Oh, and even the shiitake mushroom said on the back here, relax. So that's another reassemble, restructure, relax, restore, reset. Yeah, it's a reset. Something's a reset here. A reset to actually, you know, I'm hearing also something about you getting your energy back in a sense and feeling more creative moving forward. So that was coming through the Six of Wands. Yeah, Six of Wands, Eight of Swords, and the Tower. Let's get one more, I think, and then we'll move on here. Justice card, number 11, the Justice card. I do feel like there is this moment of realization that things are going to, the things that haven't worked out, you know, you're realizing maybe that you have to do something differently now. And the things that were wanting to come to you are now going to be able to do that. So the Justice card is really nice to see. We got a couple of small cards, a nice big card. Let's see what we've got here. Foundation, yeah, with the Tower. The root chakra, hematite. Foundation is what the castle of your soul is built upon. So yeah, you're restructuring and reassembling the building blocks of your life. And I think some of the things are going to fall away, of course, but there's a really powerful benefit in this coming month in August. And I think that you're going to experience a lot more positive, like a lot more hope and optimism moving forward. You know, shiitake mushroom also reminds me of nourishing yourself. Yeah, nourishing your body, because shiitake has a lot of like beneficial constituents. I think, you know what, I have a book on the medicinal mushrooms. Let's see if there's anything interesting that wants to come through here. Medicinal mushrooms, a clinical guide. I just wanted to see. Wait. Says anything? Yeah, shiitake, I'll just do the quick reference here. It says it's good for cancer and cholesterol control. It has, yeah, polysaccharide extract or fruiting body. So the polysaccharide extract is great for cancer and the fruiting body for cholesterol control. I'm just going to, yeah, I won't read up on that too much, but I just wanted to like show you that because I've got this wonderful book, and it's really a helpful guide when you're talking about medicinal mushrooms. Okay, we've got a couple of cards from this deck. Protection and health. Okay. Yeah, your health. I think really the mental health part is a big part of this. So I think you're protected for one, but there's a lot that's showing that like your body and mind are benefiting from this August time. I do feel like there's a little bit of jumbled thoughts and communication still up until I think August 11th is when Mercury retrograde ends. And that will be really nice because I think like by that time you'll start to feel like the heaviness lifting from your mind and your body, and you'll start to feel a lot more creative and moving forward. Like, let's see here. I was going to look up the astrological events happening in August 2025, and it's showing Mars entering Libra. Then you got a full moon in Aquarius. You have Mercury turning direct, yeah, instead of retrograde, and then the sun and new moon in Virgo. Okay, August 11th, Mercury stations direct in Leo. Signifies the end of Mercury retrograde, bringing clarity and improved communication after a period of confusion or delays. Because I still feel like we're undergoing this like jumbling or restructuring right now and sorting out of things. And that will continue into August, honestly, for you, pile number 1. And it's not a bad thing. It actually, I feel like you're going to be like getting on top of the organization, so reorganizing certain things in your life so that, and yeah, the creative burst that you're going to experience is massive. I feel like there's a lot of fire energy in this reading. Fire and air. Movement. Lots of movement. Okay, the number 32, here and now. That's a doorway. There's a little human sitting on this egg shape, and there's a doorway in the egg, and it says past and future right here, and this egg shape is hovering over the present moment. So here and now. Let's see what the other cards say here. So we got the Lagus rune with a seahorse. I always think of seahorses as being really like interesting little creatures. I'm going to come over here and take a look at the Witch's Familiar Runic Oracle. Still working on learning the runes, and I really like these here. Okay. Lagus, seahorse. Floating in the great waters, this tiny seahorse feels the currents ebb and flows. In this great universal ocean of life and in her softly shifting dream state, she knows the unity of all life and the connection that flows through the past, present, and future. In her world, water is everywhere, pervading all things, the living energy source of everything. She is a symbol of the unconscious, of invisible life forces, the dream state, and hidden aspects of the self. So Lagus is a powerful rune in the way water is powerful, fluid, and ever-changing. It calls you to release the struggle and go with the flow, spend time in meditation, and allow your deeper intuitive state to speak to and guide you. Lagus reminds you that on life's journey, not all can be controlled, and change is the only constant. Without change, life becomes stagnant. Okay, so the key words is flow, memory, dreams, the unconscious, fate, and karma. So magical workings is clairvoyance and future sight are enhanced by Lagus. Use this rune as an aid to work with dream state and astral projection, possibly tracing over your third eye, which maybe you'd want to do that. So you would trace this image of the Lagus symbol over your third eye. You can even call upon the spirit of the seahorse to kind of work with you in that way. I also think there's a period of fertility coming for you. I don't know why, but I'm just hearing that from the seahorse perspective. There's something that's really like going to benefit you by going with the flow, having more fun, revitalize yourself, reset yourself, be able to just kind of step back and sit in nature and enjoy yourself. Like these channeled messages have said, it's a time to kind of celebrate and to be with others and reorganize your life and restructure your life. Moving forward, I think you're going to simplify your life a little bit more and really set yourself on a path of more discernment and less distractions as well. You're going to move forward knowing exactly what you want and how to get it. And your health is going to improve, like I said before, because I keep looking at this health card. And I think that's why Shiitake is also coming up, because that concerns your health. Maybe your cholesterol's a little high, or you're trying to like get yourself into better shape. This is a great time to work on that. Okay. We have the Starborn, number 3, expansion, growth. There's the egg again, a lot of potential, a renewal, right? So you have 2 eggs, a new opportunity is arising from this month coming up. Then we have borage with optimism. Ooh, that didn't I say that? Like something about optimism or positivity, something that you'll feel more hope and optimism. So borage says here, sweet borage encourages playfulness and spontaneity to help uplift your spirits when you're feeling disheartened and blue. Borage will help you to rise above sorrow and depression and instill fresh courage, enthusiasm, and confidence in your ability to move through life's obstacles. You know, I was trying to, my poor borage plants, in my garden, we got hit by like 5 hailstorms this year. It's just been a kind of like unpredictable and crazy year with weather. Obviously, all across the globe, it's happening, but in the United States where I live, there's just been a lot more rain and humidity and hailstorms. So my poor borage plant unfortunately did not make it through, I think, the first 2 hailstorms. And I was thinking, you know, oh, that really sucks. Like, it kind of made me feel bad about it because like I wasn't a good protective parent or of this this little plant. But then again, I'm thinking like, you know, it was really there for the time that it needed to be around. You know, I don't know where I'm going with that. I just feel like there is something that maybe you feel guilty about, and maybe you feel like you're reviewing your actions and the things that you could have done better. And it's almost like good, like you're doing a review of your life and of the circumstances where you're at in life, and yet you're moving forward with more new hope and optimism, recognizing that things happen and you can't really force things. You know, that's again going with the flow with the Lagus rune and the here and now. You have to really just surrender to this experience and go with the flow. Understand that not everything can be controlled, and a lot of things are really outside of our control. If you think about like the starborn here and how we are only one tiny little rock floating in space. I've been thinking about this a lot. So we're one tiny rock planet floating out in space, and all of us think things are so important, and yet like the downloads that I keep getting for us as a collective of human beings living here and now is that we just need to play more. We need to have more fun and really be connected to each other and to Earth, because then we would understand that we would understand how petty we can get, and our egos can get really big and think that, oh, well, this is so important, this deadline is so important. Well, what's really important is like connecting with others and having a relationship with yourself even, and having more fun and enjoying the moment and really connecting like on a very deep level to the center of who you are as a human. So let's see what this is. This is from the Rumi Oracle deck, and it's actually the small version, which I really like because it shows on the back like a little clip or snippet of what the Rumi Oracle says. So this one here, it's got a lot of color. Oops, this is upside down, sorry. So there's a lot of reds, oranges, and yellows. Again, talking about foundation, the tower, restructuring, right? Reprogramming, resetting, recalibrating, recognizing oneself in this stuff, in this world, what's going on. So all this color, let's see what's on the back. It says, the sacred phoenix heart. Reason says there's no way out. Love says there is a way, and I have traveled it many times. Perhaps you are scratching your head quizzically, or are in deepest despair because you have met a dead end, a frowning no, or a dismissive laugh upon your request. Love guides us through travails that seem impossible, seem improbable, if not impossible. It does not shy away from any challenge or any cause. Love says there's always another way. So you're not stuck. Like the Eight of Swords is here showing like, okay, you feel like you are stuck in a certain situation and whatever is going on, but you are truly not stuck. It was a temporary parking. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, we've got these cards here. Let's see if there's other things going on. Whoa. Okay, that one fell out. So this one says official person, the number 22. Then we've got imprisonment, right? The number 29. Okay. And then we've got pathway, number 35, all those beautiful transformational butterflies. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's a pathway to a clearing in the forest and a lot of bright white light that shows the way. So what I'm seeing is that maybe you thought because of something that was said or done or the way that the world works that you were imprisoned, you were, unable to get out of a deep rut. Maybe you have been feeling kind of some despair and confusion, feeling like yourself is disintegrating a little bit, and yet this is showing that this is the pathway. You are not stuck. This is part of the path, and this is going to open up into a bigger, brighter, better future for you. Okay, let's see. We've got some tea leaves here. Ooh, that got sticky. What was that? Something sticky on the bottom here. Oh gosh, okay. Well, let's see. Is there anything? Oop. Okay, rooster. Let's see what the rooster says. An arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Okay, so August. Arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. And then fan, romance, celebration, and party. That's a good energy right there. Wonder if we got one more. Okay, target a goal-oriented person. So we'll put that right here. Do we want to do one more? Yes, we do. Man, dealings or relationship with a man. So what I'm hearing for some of you guys is actually that you may find that your relationships open up and you may discover someone, maybe a man or a masculine, to be someone that you really enjoy being around. Now, I also was surprised to see this rooster. What I'm getting actually, instead of the arrogant, boastful person you should not cross, I'm actually feeling like the rooster is a wake-up call. Like, you know how roosters, not hens, but the roosters, they make a really, really screechy loud noise in the morning time that wake you up at like 4 in the morning. It's obnoxious and absurd, but that's what they do, right? So I feel like that there's something that's going to be so loud and obnoxious and absurd that you cannot take your eyes off of it anymore. You're noticing blatant energies and people that are surrounding you that no longer align with how you're feeling and what's going on, because you're restructuring everything. So this may be the tower moment. This may be finally something that you cannot overlook anymore because it's in your face and so freaking loud that you can't ignore it. So that's what I'm seeing from the rooster point of view. But the funny part is then you got the fan and a goal-oriented person, the target and the man. So I really do think that this time is, this is kind of like a time out for you, a time that you will be able to connect more with friends and family and people that you enjoy being around. And you will recognize that that makes you feel good, being around people and in places and situations that like build you up and restore your health and your sanity and make you feel good inside and out. That's all I see for you, pile number 1. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I really hope that you enjoyed this, and let me know down in the comment section if you resonated any with this video. Okay, thank you so much. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Thank you. Jai Ma. Bye for now. Hi, pile number 2, and welcome to your reading. Today's reading is the August predictions and energy updates to see like what's going on. I will tap into a little bit of the astrological events that are going on, such as the Mercury retrograde ending and Lionsgate portal and all of that, though I probably won't spend too much time on that. But if you chose this pile, then this is your significator card, the Porcini mushroom, also called the King Bolete. And that's a really cute mushroom, big mushroom actually, with a little snail on the top. And on the back it shows like all of this information on it. It is a mushroom that you can eat as long as you identify it correctly. And then down below it just shows this little thing that I just wanted to read. It says, leadership suits you. Yeah, these are really tasty. And then we've got the Lapis Lazuli crystal for your stone. I have channeled messages for each and every pile, so I'll start with a channeled message for your group, and then we will dive into your reading. Let's see here. Pile number 2. You know, I originally wanted to do 4 piles, so I have 4, technically 4 channeled messages for 4 piles, but I decided to do 3 piles. Pile number 2. I see a 4-leaf clover and a dragonfly in my mind's eye. You walking, flowing into a new phase of life. Into the unknown of the future you step tentatively, listening only to the inner nudges of your heart and intuition. One more step in front of the other, you enter into uncertainty, but you with 100% certainty know that you are certainly being guided. Divinely guided and supplied with faith and conviction that you'll drop the addiction, the obsession, the doubt, and the fear. The rope you mistook as a venomous snake lays still at your feet, and you now confidently take the leap into the unknown. No longer guarded, no longer passive, the sword of discernment now fully active, rewriting a script that overserved its use and recognizing now that you can choose the next book and story you wish to tell. Make it a good one, one you can sell to yourself. Number 1, number 2 to the moo, number 3 to the tree, and number 4 to the door. Step through, dear child, and find what you've been looking for. Keywords is door, key, mystery, land of moo, Atlantis, storyteller, and opportunity. Okay, beautiful. So let's take a look at what you have got going on. We'll get some tarot cards here, and I think I'll just have to shuffle these a little bit. The Porcini mushroom, let's see. And there is a snail on the top of the Porcini mushroom, which is kind of funny. So there's like a slow and steady growth. Yeah, slow and steady is what I'm hearing. I also feel like a snail is like a very positive sign. Yeah. So let's see. Ooh, wow. Those were crazy. Okay, so the King of Cups, Page of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. Those 3 came out together. The King of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. I'll put these off over here. It does feel like you're learning to kind of to pay attention to your inner nudgings, the King of Cups. Like, pay attention to your emotional state, and recognize also that you're being led and guided. And I think like that's a real big part of it. The Page of Wands is like, yeah, very childlike curiosity and energy. This is a fun energy. This person is a flamethrower, and there's lots of yellows and oranges and reds. So this person's flame throwing. There's a lot of fire, a lot of movement and desire and passion, stepping up, a spark. Yeah, something that's lighting the way. And the Wheel of Fortune was and is a positive sign. You did get the 4-leaf clover and the dragonfly in the mind's eye, and you walking and flowing into a new phase of life. So this new phase of life is going to be something that you can only really recognize it for what it is if you just dive into the mystery of life. That makes sense. Okay. Do I want one more? Let's see. I want one more. Okay. Oh. We've got the 5 of Swords. Okay. So that gives me a little bit more understanding of what's going on too for you, because I think like, yeah, you're paying attention. So the nudges of your heart and intuition, one more step in front of the other, you're entering into uncertainty. And the snail is a very slow energy. So there's a lot of slow energy. But again, there's a passion and desire brewing. And this 5 of Swords is coming through kind of like, this is where in August, you may still have some of these residual kind of energies, or this is something that you've been working on addressing every single time. So like something where you may have won something, but you feel like you didn't really win. There's like, it's a lose-lose situation. It's the empath's dilemma. There's a lot of things that have been unsaid, left undone in this 5 of Swords state. I feel like you're starting to recognize how much of an effect others have on you, especially when they're mentally unstable. Yeah, and you've been carrying a lot of that forward into your life. And it's been like manifesting in a lot of different ways. But with the Wheel of Fortune coming through, it's like there's definitely a movement towards better days, you know. And because I did channel the 4-leaf clover, oops, that one wanted to come through too. So the Sun card, yeah, see, so you're getting illuminated to the things that really haven't been serving you well, and maybe like your mind has been in a kind of depleted or oppressed state for a little bit, but there is a shift happening. I do think August 8th, the Lionsgate portal will be a big shift for you, and definitely Mercury retrograde is ending, and I know that's been kind of a big deal, so that's going to help you with the mental turmoil and head stuff that's still going on for you. Okay, we've got the third eye chakra with trust, with tourmaline. Trust your intuition. It is in contact with a higher source of knowledge. Yes, that's true. You are in contact with a higher source of knowledge. The intuition does not lie. You know what you can trust. And the King of Cups knows what he or she can trust. Shadow with a Black Panther, I think. Shadow with Black Panther. Transformation with the white snake. Okay. And then we've got news with a newsletter or an envelope and a heart, and then there's a blue feather. There is a lot of shifting. Air energy. Oh, you got like the water, the fire, the air. Yeah, the ether energy. Definitely a lot of fire energy moving forward. So there is something that's shifting, that's changing, that's burning up some of the old energies around you and helping you to move forward. And you know, August is the Leo fire energy. I think you're going to feel a lot more spark of creativity moving forward. I think that's like a overall positive and safe thing to say to group number 2, pile number 2. Shadow, transformation, and news. You know, I think it is transforming your shadow, kind of like how in the channeled messages it was saying, like, you're just moving into the unknown. You're just trusting and taking the leap into the unknown. The Page of Wands, that childlike curiosity and energy and spark, and you know, a little bit of folly and play, like that is bringing you into this new book in your life. So there's something, be aware that there's going to be some news on the way. Probably spiritual as well. There's a spiritual understanding. The feather always reminds me of spirit. Then we have mending with the number 52. So what's going on with mending? Mending uncertainty, mending obsession, doubt, fear, mending with others as well, because there's 2 people here. And this might also be the energy that's coming through for like mending certain parts of your life physically. And then all that glitters, all things that glitter, number 16, 2 masks on the top of a gold mound. There's a face in the background, kind of like an enlightened face, almost like a Buddha face. That's the sun. There is illumination happening in August for you. Yeah, it might actually be pretty clear afterwards what you need to do, what you can do for yourself. Okay. Let's see here. We have a rune, and this is the Yesssss rune with a full moon and a wolf and the fire energy. So there's like fire, the wolf's in the fire, and there's a 2 red roses in the front. So let's look at this Yesssss rune in the Witch's Familiars Runic Oracle. Let's see. Sorry, it takes a minute here to find. Oh, here it is, the wolf. The wolf protects his pack and does not back down from a challenge. Unlike the bull, who stands his ground, unless significantly provoked, the wolf takes the fight to his adversary. He is driven by a passionate internal fire that can warm but also burn. If you don't heed the wolf's growl, he will eventually bite. Yesssss has an element of chaos, destructive natural forces, aggression, and conflict. These are united for the purpose of defense and protection. It can also symbolize potent male sexuality, instinctual will, vital eroticism, and a regenerative catalyst. It represents a tendency toward change through catharsis, purging, and cleansing fire. Yesssss is the sharp and painful stab of the thorn that jolts us awake and into awareness. So keywords is protection, passion, defense, conflict, and male potency. It supports and aids your defense against adversaries. If you have challenging phone calls coming up, inscribe the Yesssss symbol right there on the inside of your phone case, combined with algae for even broader protection. So there's a protective element. Also, I feel like a leadership element, because the Porcini also said that leadership would suit you. So there may be like this energy of you stepping into the leadership role in your job or something like that, where you're being asked to step up and step into a leadership role. And you are heavily protected in this way too. Okay, we've got the offering. Yeah, see, I think it's something to do with your job or with something that is being offered to you for sure. Look, there's a hand outstretched, something's there, it's being given to you. There's a lot of color in this picture, all like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, indigo. Yeah, everything, all the colors are there, and there's another moon. So your intuition is showing you that as you step in, you take the leap forward in your life, that you will be led to this new role that you're going to play, this leadership role. And it's going to look different for every person, right? There's also a potential that you're going to mend a relationship with somebody or a group of people. That is something that keeps coming up. So there may be news on the way, and maybe something like a situation where you're being asked to step up and like really take the responsibility of your own desires, of your own needs. And sorry, there was a big train there, and it was like a really long one, so I don't know what that was about. Let's see what else we've got. We've got red clover with tranquility. Red clover helps support a sense of clarity, individuality, and self-awareness in the midst of our chaotic and often negative world. She's a calm and steady presence, helping you to remain balanced and to think and act from your center of truth despite whatever may be taking place around you. Red clover also is a powerful, like, kind of go with the flow herb, and you can use it to help you go with the flow if that's something that you need to work on. But I also think, like, look how pretty the red clover is, and this tranquility is coming through so long as you just continue to move forward in full knowledge that you are being led and into a new role, a new hat, a new leadership role that you're going to play. So then here's the Rumi Oracle deck. It's the miniature version, so the Rumi text is on the back of this. But if you take a look at this is a beautiful color. Well, there's like multicolors in this Oracle card. And then on the back it says whirling goddess. Not a single thread that has a head can go through the eye of the needle. Certain thresholds can only be crossed with the heart. You are being asked to trust. Look at that again. Trust rather than understand, so you may leave the past behind you and embrace the beauty of your life's journey. You are ready. And I think that's a big part of it. Like, you've got the King of Cups for a reason, because you're being asked to trust in this whole divine chaotic craziness right now. And I think, like, you're going to take that leap, you know? You'll take that leap. And you'll likely be happy that you did. You know, I don't know I'm just going to do that. I think you understand my dilemma right here. Okay, we've got more cards here. I'm just going to grab this one, maybe one or two from this deck. So what's going on in August for pile number 2? Let's see. This one, main male. So there's male, masculine energy. Let's see what else. Is there anything else that wants to come through? Oh my. Okay. Official person, number 22. That one came out in pile number 1. Imprisonment. That one came out in pile number 1. Jeez. And then thoughts, number 16. Thoughts. Okay. So you may think that you're imprisoned by some of these circumstances, but that is going to lift in the upcoming weeks and this upcoming month. Okay, so let's see here. I keep on getting, there's sticky stuff over there. So the tea leaves. Let's see what is going on here for you. Okay. Fire, strong emotion and passionate love or hate. Wow. Okay. I don't know where to put this. Like down here maybe. And then cat, a two-faced friend. Okay. And Diamond, you will be receiving or giving a precious gift. Maybe one more, I think. One more. Dolphin, financial gain usually coming from something you did in the past. Okay. There's a, like, it's hard sometimes because when you're doing readings for a group of people and there's only 3 choices, right? And there's like so many people watching it, you're not really sure. Like sometimes there's multiple things that come through, downloads that come through for me, and the channeled messages for sure was talking about some of that. Now, there is an energy that's coming through, like as a narcissistic energy. There's a two-faced person in your life that you might become illuminated to, and understand that that person cannot come into the future with you. And when you recognize this, that bridge will be burned, and you'll transform and transmute and enter into these energies, into the diamond and dolphin energies. And I see a lot of positivity once you find that you're better off without that person in your life. And I really think it's something to do with a job for you guys specifically. It may be different for everyone. It might be actually a person in your family, but I do think that this is like job related because you're getting an offering. You have like some person, like main male official person, who's like giving you an offering. You've got all that glitters underneath here. You have 2 masks right here. So again, like a two-faced thing. Just be aware, just, use your intuition. Okay, there might be a lot of thoughts going on, feeling like you're stuck in a situation, but you're not. So things are changing, things are positively changing in your life in the month to come. So I really hope that this helps you a little bit to understand the energies that you're going to be working with and confronting in August, pile number 2. That's all I have for you. So please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the reading. Go down to the comment section. Let me know what resonated for you, if it resonated for you. If it didn't, then leave it be for someone else. Because again, it's kind of hard to know what's going to, there's so many messages that come through all at once for like hundreds of people. So sometimes it might not resonate so much. So that's okay. If that's the case, then just let it be and move on. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I hope to see you guys in my future readings. Jai Ma, and bye for now. Hi, pile number 3, and welcome to your reading. This reading is about the August energies. We're going to dive into the energies of this upcoming month and what to expect. And we'll just see what shows up for you. Pile number 3, this is your significator card with a Reishi. And it says on the back, slowly but surely you are healing. Ganoderma, the mushroom of immortality. It's used in TCM and it grows on sides of trees. It's pretty like a hard polypore. I tried to grind it once, and it definitely like burned up the motor of my machine. So you have to have a really good grinder, and you have to know what you're working with because it's a pretty woody polypore. This is your double-pointed lepidolite crystal right there. I'll put that off to the side too. And we have channeled messages for each and every pile. I will read your channeled message, and then we will move on to your cards. And let's see what's going on for pile number 3. When one is a child, one feels as if time is forever. It takes forever between experiences, and that child cannot wait until they're old enough. When one's first crush comes along, love emerges and time feels non-existent with this fresh love. Then, when one's heart gets broken from one's presumed love of their life, everyone always says comfortingly, time will heal. Time then serves as a cushion and as a friend. Then, once one settles into job and career, building up assets and serving their families, time seems to fly so fast, and in the blink of an eye, one sees the effects of aging. The damage is done. No time to rewind the clock. No time you can take back. Wishing one was more present when the children were young, wishing they didn't work so hard, wishing they had more fun. Then the golden years come, life as a review. Old age hits, the body suffers, each task takes more time. Days turn to weeks, weeks to months, months to years, decadence and dying. One then savors the moments of sweetness and recalls the good old days, reminiscing and revisiting in every which way. Oh time, oh time, oh time, do tell, am I creating the vision of heaven or hell? For whichever one feeds is the seed that will grow, and how much time we have on earth we don't really know. Keywords is time, memories, transcendence, patience, presence, eternal and infinite, wisdom, life, death, and rebirth. Okay. Wow, I like that one a lot. Ooh, okay. So let's see what your tarot cards say for August 2025 for pile number 3. And you know, there's a lot going on too. I'm really excited about the fact that Mercury retrograde is going to be going direct. Mercury will go direct again on August 11th, I believe. August 8th is Lionsgate portal. That's a big, big point of energy flow. And there's a lot more going on. There's, where was it here? I'm just going to read this because I'm not an astrologer, but I like looking at it. So it looks like Mars enters Libra on August 6th. So focus on relationships and partnerships and harmonious interactions. Full moon in Aquarius on August 9th. I told you about the August 11th thing with the thing with Mercury going direct. And then let's see, new moon in Virgo, Venus enters Leo, so there's a boost of confidence, creativity, and romance. And I do have to say that it's kind of nice because this time of year, at least for me, where I live, it's summertime. August is Leo season. Leo is fire, has a lot of energy, passion, desire, heat, excitement, movement, creativity. So there's a lot going on here. Of course, it just still feels kind of jumbled, and I feel like maybe that's something that you'll start noticing is going to shift for you. So we've got the 10 of discs. Wow. With establishment. This is the 10 of pentacles. You just got the 10 of pentacles, pile number 3. And this is a cool 10 of pentacles, isn't it? It doesn't show pentacles on there, but it's like this big full moon in the center and then all these colorful rings around it from the center outward. Wow. So there is some potential for feeling more established, getting more money, financial security, and stability. And actually, if you're feeling like, excited about some sort of project, moving forward with that project will suit you because you will build a legacy with that, establishment with it. Yeah, for sure. You'll feel more secure. Okay, we've got the number 8 Justice card, and yes, this is a different, so Justice is usually number 11 from what I know, and I know that the traditional way of viewing this was like 8 was Justice at one point, but it didn't, I don't know, it's something that I'd have to look into again, the reason why it was changed, but there are some tarot decks that still keep the Justice as the number 8 instead of number 11. So justice, yeah. There's a lady there holding a sword of truth. She's on 3 levels of stairs. She's in the center here. There is a equaling, a shift in your energy in August that is feeling like, ooh, it's going from like depletion to repletion, like getting sustainability back, like some energy back, movement forward, equality, equanimity. Yeah, beautiful. Let's see if there's other cards. Wow, that one just flew out. Which one's that one? It flew out on the floor here. The Four of Swords. Yeah, with rest. Look at this card. I love this deck. There's so much color to it. The Four of Swords to the center point. So you are getting centered. You're getting grounded. You're able to rest in August. One more, please. Maybe. Maybe. Okay. And then we've got the Prince of Wands. Instigation. Instigation. So I believe that the Prince of Wands is the Knight of Wands, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, there's some movement, creative burst, creative energy. I think that's been like open. That it's every single group so far has like had something about creativity, like a spark of creativity or movement towards creativity. And I do think that's also because of the Leo season and the shift in energy after the retrograde ends. So that's really nice to see, right? Let's see what else we've got here. Yeah, sacral chakra, peach moonstone with fertility. Let your life burst forth from the seeds of creation. Holy. Yeah, and I guess the 10 of discs looks like a seed of creation. It looks like a seed at the center, and then the 4 of swords, all the swords points are like pointing inward toward a center, and then there's like a circle around it again. That is cool. We've got a bunch of little cards here. Let's see what we got here. We got rebirth with a big toad and a pink lily, I believe. We have home, the center, right? And then we have time. Wow. Well, pile 3, like definitely there's something about like spending more time at home. You're going to be able to rest a little bit more. You might have some time to even like do some traveling, but I really think you're going to have more of like a time at home where you can spend more time, you know, making your home feel good to you. And maybe that's the juices flowing for you too. Maybe you just start like prepping your house a little bit more, doing a renovation, creating a garden. If you have a garden, then it's like, August, September, October, September, like that's harvest season. So maybe that's enjoying the fruits of your labor in some ways. But there's this time keeps on coming up. Of course, like that was in the channeled messages. So I do think like you're going to feel like you have more time on your hands in a good way, really in a good way. Like you'll have more time to be creative and to pursue your interests and to create an establishment or to work on establishing, a home for yourself. Or like maybe there's something that you put off for a while in your house and like you just really want to do that project to make your house feel better to you. Yeah, I do feel like that's part of it. Okay, and peace, the number 23 with an egg here, a white dove, peace flags, prayer flags on the top, the number 23. Wow. So yeah, you're creating a peaceful home, one that you enjoy to be around. And then you have the warrior from this Wild Unknown Archetypes deck. And that shows this transformative energy because of the snake and the rainbow, the warrior. It's almost like if you know tarot, it's the Nine of Wands energy that's coming through, kind of like you've been through a lot and you really needed this rest and this time to be able to like do some projects at home and to be able to create and do the things that you enjoy doing. Yeah, that's the warrior energy. There's a lot of renewal, there's hope, there's effort on your part, like actually coming to fruition. You're seeing like some of the fruits of your labor finally. And you're still standing. Okay, we have the Othala rune, and it looks like a hermit crab. So I'll take a look at that in the book because I've been doing that for each pile. The Othala rune. Yes. Three says rose and It's just taking me a second here. I guess I should have looked these up beforehand, but I didn't. I don't look at what the cards are until I get into the readings. So it's the crab, Othala hermit crab. Look at the beautiful home. Hey, the home, right? The home the little hermit crab has inherited from the crab that came before him. If each generation treats this shell with delicacy and contributes their own positive acts of care, upkeep, and enhancement, the ancestral property will remain strong and give strength to the lineage going forward. Othala asks you to look at your place in time and space, both in terms of the inheritance coming to you and the inheritance you will leave behind. That's also the 10 of discs, like that, creating an establishment and moving, establishing something so that the next generation can benefit as well. So Othala asks you to look at your place in time and space, both in terms of inheritance coming to you and inheritance you will leave behind. It calls for the wise management of resources. Well, this wasn't in reverse. It says home, inheritance, group prosperity, heritage, and ancestors. And during a quiet time at home, draw Othala on your feet to connect with your land and your ancestors. You can also use this tool to aid in standing your ground and setting boundaries if you need to. Wow. Yeah, like everything that I've been saying on your group is just about house and home and your center and finding peace and, creating a beautiful space for you to spend time in, Okay, let's see what this card is. Lady's mantle with nurturance. Like being held in your mother's arms, Lady's mantle brings feelings of gentle reassurance and joyful contentment to your body, mind, and soul, especially during times of upheaval and change. Know that you are loved and fully supported in all ways. You have the inner resources you need to be happy and whole. Some of you might actually be buying a house too. Like finally you have the resources to be able to buy a house. You've been working on it for a long time. It might be something that finally comes to fruition. Others of you, you have a home or you have a rental or something like that, and you're working on making it feel more special to you and more peaceful. Okay, this other card comes from the Rumi Oracle, and it's like the miniature version, so it actually has the text on the back. So look at that. This is a different card from like a lot of the ones that I see in this deck. It looks like a person who's sitting. Okay, there's a couple of things. So there looks like there's multiple people sitting there, but there's like one guy sitting. It looks like he's kind of curled up, scared, but then there's another one that looks like it's hovering over or around it and it's meditating. And then there's this beautiful golden white aura that exudes from that being. And then there's like all these geometric shapes, the flower of life. Let's see what's on the back. The dissolving light. Why should I fear anything? When was I ever less by dying? There is something unworthy of you that must be released. Give up the fears and doubts the belief that somehow things are not going to work out. You are meant to be free in a way that only truth can provide. So this, yeah, what I was feeling really is this like expanding aura, this this resonance that you give off in the world. You are a light, you're a guiding light, you're a beautiful soul. So what do you have to be worried about? What do you fear? I know that we're only here for a short time, and in the channeled messages we talk about time, right? And how, you know, when we were little, we felt like it was in eternity for all the things that we waited for. And then as you get older, it seems like time speeds up and there's less and less time to enjoy the things that you like. So it's like trying to cut out or trying to not hasten things, to really spend a little time with yourself in this state of receptivity right now and in your own home, and really recognize how you feel about time. What do you feel about it? Like, what's going on in your own mind, your own psyche about time? Really think about it. How do you want to spend the rest of your life? How do you want to spend the time, and who do you want to spend time with? There's a big shift in August about like who you spend time with, where you spend time, what you enjoy spending time on, like what energies do you want to pursue, what type of passions and desires do you want to pursue still. And yeah, that's like really nice. So let's see what else we've got going on here for pile number 3, August 2025. Wow, okay, family room. So again, the house and courthouse. So we have house and house, court. Ooh. So for some of you, you're going to be spending more time in your home and with family, and maybe even some of you may be settling down with someone. Yeah. I do feel that for you guys. So we have the tea leaves here. Let's see if there's other things that want to come through. So I'm closing my eyes, and I think those ones. Is there anything else? Okay, let's see here. We've got the astral house. Ooh, we got 5. Happiness. Look at that. With doves. I think those are doves. And then we have Cain. Pay attention to your health. Okay. We've got sunrise, new creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. Okay. Horse, a short journey. Bouquet, compliments from an admirer. It's like, I don't know where to put these. Like right there. Compliments from an admirer. And tent, a temporary situation. Everything's a short journey for you. A short journey because you're finding your center, you're bringing yourself into a space of more solitude and peace. And, well, not just solitude. I think you're going to have the people you care about around you, whether that be family, friends, co-workers, people that you like to surround yourself with, then you're going to surround yourself with more during this time in August. I do feel like there's a slowing down of time for rest, time for like kind of like a restoring of your energy, because maybe like your health has taken a hit with the haste of productivity. Like, oh God, productivity is coming through. So you were like being really, really productive, really, really at it for a long time, going at it. And now you're just like, okay, I like that, but I want more time to be able to be at home and be creative. So those are the things that I see for you, pile number 3. And I really hope that this has resonated for you. Just give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this reading. Go down to the comment section and let me know what resonated for you, what didn't resonate for you. And if it didn't resonate for you, then just leave it behind. It might not be yours. So that's completely fine. And yeah, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I really hope to see you in my next reading and readings. Jaima. Bye for now. Okay, so this is just the last portion here. I had prepared 4 piles initially, and yet I decided to go with 3. So I do have a 4th channeled message, and then maybe I'll just get a card from each one of these decks and just kind of do a quick little, special. It's not a pile 4, but it's an extra thing, okay? So let me just read if this was going to be for pile 4, but this is just the extra reading. My dear child, the news that you've been wishing for is well on its way. So why, my child, are you crying today? You've chosen love. You've reopened your heart. You've begun to remember who you truly are. I'm here to tell you now that life's mysteries are about to unravel and unveil itself to you. So please let me wipe the tears from your eyes, sorrow like raindrops and sunbeams down the skies, refreshing, replenishing, renewing lost hope. A rainbow reemerges after you're soaked in God's tears that were shed for you from the skies. You now see with clarity, with wide open eyes. The love in a cup, 7 drinks, 7 ups. The lovers, the sage, the frog prince, the cage. The internalized traumas, the aches and the pains, the externalized conflicts, the sadness, the rage. I fully support you on your journey to one, to the source, to Christ, to the rising sun. You arise from the nectar of love, and forever you'll be my most sacred of creations, the union of 3. And key words are Om Tat Sat, the word, eternal love, rainbows, dewdrops, replenish, revive, and awaken. Wow, that was a really powerful one. I forgot that was channeled like that. So let's just see what we've got for you in this overview of August 2025. Okay, we've got the Death card, number 13, Death. We've got the Muse of Voices, so the King of Swords. And then from this deck, let's get one from this deck, please. Oh, the Death card again. Wow, with Mother Kali on that one. And then let's see what we've got from this deck. Okay, the 5 of Swords. Whoa. Wow. Okay, well, we'll just go with it. We've got 4 more here. The Empress card. King of Cups with control. Queen of Swords. Again, Queen of Swords. We'll put that one there. And then we've got 6 of Cups with innocence. Okay. Wow. You guys, just as a special for this one, it's not a pile 4 or anything like that, but it's showing that there is a significant shift in your ability to discern. You're aligning more with clarity. Yeah, with clarity. And you're dropping the defeat, the 5 of Swords, especially like as an empath or as empaths. This card shows it's just like a heavy energy. And so that's what is being died off or killed, abolished, pushed out, so to speak. Because then you've got the creative energies coming through with the Empress, with fertility, really. And then King of Cups with control. So King of Cups is really control over the senses, control over your emotions. That's actually like what I'm hearing for the most part is if you don't have a meditation or breathwork practice or yoga practice at this point in time, August would be a really good time for you guys to, or for you specifically, who's in this, special, to step into that energy. Because there is something going on. You got the Death card twice, and you've got the Queen of Swords twice. So there is an ego death happening. Something, the stuff that's falling away needs to fall away. You know, the Six of Cups was in reverse too, and that feels like the past is falling away too. Because what you're being asked at this point is to move into clarity in the here and now, move into discernment in the here and now, move into the into control over the senses in the here and now. Yeah, that's a big part of it. And I really think it's going to be like the biggest transformation of your life in August 2025. One of the biggest so far. This is big energy. And I'm glad that I did this. I am so glad that I just did a quick little tarot reading for the special people out there who wanted to hear this. Thank you so much, Jaima. Bye for now.